Today we are going to talk about these topics. Number 1, learn how to love yourself. Number 2, stop waiting on your life. Number 3, faithful emotions. Number 4, abundance is a feeling. Number 5, the path to happiness. Number 1, I'm sure you read a lot of times this sentence, you need first to love yourself. But what does that mean? Is it about getting you a hot chocolate when you are cold? Is it about getting you a new dress when you feel like it? Is it doing whatever you want when you want it? Is it about putting warm clothes on when it's freezing outside? Loving yourself means to learn to treat you like a loving parent would do with his child. When you are an adult, and I assume you are, you still have an inner child inside you. These are your emotions. At that level you still react like a child of 3-4 years old. Your emotions cannot get older or mature. But you can get mature. You can learn how to respect them and how to handle them. You can learn how to take care of this inner child. When you are not aware of your inner child, you try to live in an adult world like a 4-year-old boy or girl. You feel all alone, afraid of the big nasty world there outside, not knowing what to do, where to ask for help, how to protect you. This is a very difficult way of doing. You will always feel afraid, fearful, doubtful, tired. It is hard to try to survive as a child in a grown-up world. You will feel angry and afraid most of the time, and lost. Why is that? Because nobody takes care of that little child inside you. Let's say your name is Charlotte. You are 42 years old. Inside you live the little Charlotte. She's 4. When you are busy in the outside world taking care of other people, of business, of getting around, of doing 1,000 things every day, the little Charlotte will feel overlooked. When you're always running to help others, to make sure their needs are fulfilled, you will be exhausted every night and cry in your bed. Sometimes you will get temper tantrums. You will feel very angry without any reason. All these big emotions are attempts from your inner child to get your attention. Imagine you have, besides your children, husband, parents, friends, a little 4-year-old girl named Charlotte. Nobody ever notices her. Nobody takes care of her. Whenever she tries to tell something and get some attention, you shout to her, "Shut up." You say, "I have to take care of my parents, my work, my husband, my paperwork, my friends, my other children, my house. I don't have time for you." How do you think she will feel? What do you think she will do? First, she will try to get your attention by showing big emotions. She will cry a lot. She will scream and shout. Maybe she's getting aggressive from time to time. You think you're angry at the outside world, but it is your inner child that is angry with you. She's sad and angry because you don't care about her. You act as if she doesn't exist. Nothing is worse than acting as if our inner child doesn't exist. This means trying to live as if we don't exist. The worst feeling in the world is being unloyal to one's self. Nothing is worse than this. How many times did we ignore what we felt, to please someone else? How many times did we say to our inner child, "Shut up, you are not important, the other one is far more important than you are. Go away, I don't want to hear you, I don't want to see you"? Awful, isn't it? And we do this every time we let come the desire of the other one before ours. This little Charlotte inside, what will she do? She will give up after a while. After trying a long time to show her emotions, she will give up. She will get very tired of all this and she will say, "It doesn't matter, she doesn't love me, she doesn't want to take care of me, I'm not worth it," and she will get depressed. Of course you will think you get depressed because of others, because of your work, because of your children, because of your husband or parents. It is nobody's fault. But you have to learn how to take care of this inner child which is suffering from your lack of attention to her. When, after getting depressed, things still don't change, there's one weapon left to catch your attention: little Charlotte will get sick. Or she will get an accident. Maybe that way the adult Charlotte will learn to give finally attention to her inner child, which is as real as a real child of flesh and blood. You need to learn how to be a loving parent for yourself. What does that mean? First, you need to develop an inner mother. If you were lucky and had a loving, caring mother, you can take her as an example. Otherwise you need to invent, to create this inner mother, which is your feminine caring energy. Every time you have an emotion, your inner mother should ask your inner child, "What happens, my darling?" Listen to what your inner child has to say. Then you go on with the dialogue. Inner mother says, "Come here. Come in my arms, I love you as you are. I love you with what you feel." Doing that, The heaviness of the emotions will drop pretty much. Then you say these words, "I understand." These words are very important, because most of the time we don't feel very normal having the feelings we have and we try to ignore or suppress them, which makes them heavier. "I understand, my darling, come here in your mother's arms, I love you." Stay with these words and feelings for a while, and then ask, "What do you need?" Whatever the child answers, you say, "We will ask this of your father." And here starts the task of your inner father, who is there to protect you and to act for you in the outside world. You would never send a 4-year-old asking for a raise at work or getting to resolve a conflict at school or with the neighbors, would you? So why do you try it? Send out your inner father to take care of whatever you have to do in the outside world. Your inner father is your male energy, which enables you to make decisions, to take action, to follow your inner guidance, which is located in your inner child, also called intuition, and to manifest your child's desires in the world. When your child has a need, for instance to call someone or to go somewhere to arrange something, imagine that your inner child stays at home with his mother, who takes care of his feelings, and that your inner father goes out there to act. Your inner father is that part of you which is able to handle stress, to take action, to arrange conflicts and all other stuff that has to do with the outside world. If that part is missing, because you didn't have a good model when you were little yourself, you will have to create and develop it. Of course your inner child, mother and father are all parts of you. It is all you. It is just a model to understand what is happening inside you and how you can learn to love yourself. Loving yourself is listening to your inner child, taking his emotions seriously, understanding what he feels and taking action in the desired direction. Loving yourself is having this dialogue with yourself every morning when you open your eyes, every evening when you go to bed, and every time you have an emotion. Loving yourself is building a strong inner connection with yourself. It is creating your own loving family, inside you. You will never feel alone anymore. You are already 3. Call it your Trinity. Wherever you go, from now on you go with your inner family. You are not alone. You are loved and you are protected. You listen to yourself and take care of that precious little child that has been waiting for so long to get your attention and love. This is inner healing. Number 2. This week I was sitting on the phone with tech support, and over again, I thought of things I could have done while I sat there, waiting, not living my life. Are you on hold in your life? Are you waiting for a spouse to come along, or for him or her to act better towards you? Are you waiting on the motivation to get your home organized? Are you waiting on a great job to fall into your lap? Are you waiting on winning the lottery to plan your retirement? Stop waiting on your life. The only difference between you and the people who are getting what they want, is that they kept moving and you didn't. Here are some ideas to help get you started again. Focus on the who, not the what. If you find that you've been stuck in a goal for a while, try restating it in who am I terms instead of what I want terms. For example, instead of saying I want to lose 30 pounds, say I am someone who takes care of herself by keeping my weight around XXX, which is a healthy range for my height and age. Be as specific as possible. Notice that I want to be someone who helps others could mean anything from a clerk in the grocery store to a heart surgeon. Focus on who you want to be. Then ask yourself what actions would be fit with your desire to be instead of get. Analyze it. Did you know that a full 80% of your problems come from 20% of your life? It's true. Determine what that 20% is that's affecting so much of your life, and start working to make it happier, more efficient, more satisfying. Assign value. A big mistake I see in my coaching clients is not assigning a true value to your time, to your energy, to your money, and to the real estate of your home or office. Realize that for each thing you say yes to, from a pair of shoes to watching a movie, you have said no to something else. Always ask yourself, is this valuable enough to me to crowd my life with, or even to bump something else from my closet, my schedule, my money? Establish routines. I know you have pizza night, so why not Bill's night or clean your room night as well? Like the pizza night, routines show up in all kinds of ways in your life. While they sound boring and confining, routines are actually freeing. The same way you don't have to think about dinner on pizza night, instead of being worried and anxious on Monday morning wondering if you remember to pay the car insurance, you'll feel calm knowing that you always go to the bank on Friday afternoon and pay bills on Wed. Evening. Routines take the stress out. Accept controllability. We've all heard about deniability from political spin doctors. I'd like to introduce the concept of controllability in your daily life. You can't control world politics, but you can vote. You can't control terrorism, but you can be prepared in your own home. You can't control the construction crews on the freeway, but you can control how much time you allot for a trip. Knowing what you can control and exercising that, and letting go of what you can't, puts you in the driver's seat of your life. Feeling good about yourself will come naturally when you stop waiting and start creating the life you really want to live. Stress and frustration will be reduced as you make choices instead of being pushed around. You'll experience a higher sense of self-acceptance, and the self-improvement will become easier and easier. Stop waiting, start today. Number 3. The original article contains an image of a sad clown. This can be found on my blog through my website. The sad clown attracts us and evokes a feeling of sadness and compassion. Have you ever noticed that the sadness and compassion really feels like it is for you? Often we live our suppressed emotional experiences through some other external situation, mainly entertainment. Once we're in a safe environment, it's okay to let it out. Except, you've buried so many emotions, you're not sure what is left unexpressed. It can derail you at any time, upsetting your equilibrium, setting the waterworks at the drop of a hat, and blazing the rage with a tiny spark. Consider a new way of being in this world. A way that allows the expression and understanding of your emotions. Imagine being present for others who are enmeshed in difficult times, barely coping to keep their emotions in check. What healing can occur? What strength will be gained? What friendship and loyalty will be developed? What team support will be developed? What courage will be found? If we're human, then what does it mean to be human? If we're spirit, then what does it mean to be spirit? If we're emotions, then what does it mean to be feelings? If we're the mind, then what does it mean to be thoughts? If we're soul, then what does it mean to be soulful? I believe we are spiritual beings having a physical, human experience. Within in that context, we experience many things on many levels. Could it be that this is what it means to be a multidimensional being? I'm not interested in empirical evidence and succinct clarity. I'm interested in the experience of being and life. The complexity of existence and the human entity absolutely requires an element of faith and trust in an inner core that cannot be defined by science. Number 4. This question and answer interview was done by Kathy Smith, one of Michael's loyal virtual assistants. Visit her website. Q. Michael, many times during your teleclasses and seminars, you say abundance is a feeling. Can you elaborate on that statement? What do you mean it's a feeling? First, one of the important things that we've come to learn with the law of attraction is that we can duplicate feelings. In other words, just through the words I use I can stimulate somebody or discourage them. In short, we can create feelings within ourselves and within others by what we say and what we think. Abundance is a feeling. Do you ever notice how excited you feel when you know you have a check coming or when you know you're getting an income tax refund? The excitement you're experiencing is the feeling of abundance. We feel abundant knowing that it's coming, even before we put it in the bank. So a question to ask is, do I feel abundant knowing that I'm receiving some money, or do I feel abundant only when I put it in my bank account? For most people, they feel abundant knowing that it's coming. It has nothing to do with whether they have it or not. So because abundance is a feeling, and the law of attraction responds to feelings, what if we were able to duplicate the vibration of abundance deliberately? We've come to understand that this powerful force called the law of attraction is constantly checking to find a vibration that we're sending and duplicates it by giving us more of the same. So what if when the law of attraction is checking at every moment, that in that moment, we are offering the vibration of abundance? Given the formula, the law of attraction would duplicate that vibration and bring us more of the same. That's why it's called the law. Q. How do you teach people to attract more abundance? The law of attraction does not care why you're offering a vibration. In other words, it does not care whether you are remembering, pretending, complaining, creating, daydreaming or observing your reality. It obediently duplicates that vibration. So ideally, we would find something that makes us feel abundant and include it more often in our daily vibration. There are a number of tools that people can use to duplicate the vibration of abundance. I'll give you one of them today. Q. How do you record abundance in your own life? On my fridge, I have 15 $2 winning lottery tickets. So I can clearly and truthfully say I won the lottery 15 times last month. I'm a winner. Look how many times I've won. It's worth $30 to me in the bank, and it's worth much more to me vibrationally. You know, when people buy those lottery scratch tickets, most would celebrate the win for 21 seconds. So for 21 seconds, you are offering the vibration of abundance by saying things like, "Hey, I just won $2. I love it when I win scratch tickets." And after the short offering of abundance vibration, most people cash the ticket in again and again until they lose. And now they catch themselves saying, "I just wasted money on this lottery again. I only ever win $2. Easy come, easy go." Now they're in a place of offering a negative vibration. So here's how to take advantage of the $2 winning lottery ticket. Don't cash it. Keep it in your wallet. Put it on your fridge. And as you look at it each time, it will be a brief reminder that you won $2. Now you can tell yourself, "I won the lottery. I won money this week." And now, for more than 21 seconds, you are offering the vibration of abundance over and over and over again. Your $2 winning lottery ticket is worth more to you vibrationally than the $2. Number 5. Happiness is something that so many people strive for each day, and yet many times it eludes them. Often, they feel that happiness can be theirs if only their situations were different. Have you ever felt like that? So often we get caught up in what I call the if onlys. If only my husband were nicer to me. If only I had a better job. If only the children were grown and out of the house. The list can go on and on. We can waste so much of our precious time dreaming of the if onlys. So many people fall into this trap and end up miserable most of their lives. The problem is that they are looking for happiness to come to them somehow, as if it were something that could be possessed. When happiness does happen to come, it seems so fleeting that it quickly passes away. People erroneously think that happiness is just a feeling, like some passing fancy. I am here to tell you that happiness is not a feeling, it can be a way of life. Happiness can be yours on a daily basis if you will only follow some basic principles. First, you must live in the now. Yesterday is gone and tomorrow is not promised to us, so you need to be present in the now. Secondly, you must control your thinking and the thoughts that pass through your mind. Happiness can be called a state of mind, and the way to happiness is bringing your mind into its proper state. If I live in Texas and I want to be in California, I need to change states. In order for me to be in that state, I need to make some changes. In this analogy, we will decide to take a train. The train must be going in the proper direction, and we will arrive at our destination. We must know which train we are on, or we may end up where we don't want to be. Think of this train as your thoughts. That's right, your train of thought. If you don't want to stay in Texas, you have to get on the right train. If you let any train of thought into your mind, then you will be taken to and fro and never arrive at the destination you want. The question then is, how do we get on the right train? The ticket to getting on the right train is called gratitude. Gratitude is an attitude, and as we look to all that we have to be thankful for instead of dwelling on what our problems are, we will find that we too can be whisked away to the state that we wish to be in. There is a path to happiness, and that path is gratitude.